Hey everyone, my name is Richard, and on this channel I try to give tips, tricks, advice, and how-tos on outdoor and travel content, and today I want to go over how to pack a single bag carry-on. Now, if you haven't watched my previous videos about what single bag travel is or how to choose the right bag for you, then I suggest you give those videos a listen, and I'll link them in the description below. But if you've made it this far and you're curious how one condenses all of their belongings into a single carry-on bag, then let's get started. The first thing you start with is the bag. By figuring out which bag you're going to use, you now have the parameters in which you can pack. And for today's video, I'm going to be using my very own Toiletries Alpha 35-liter bag. I've owned this pack for some time now, and it's a fantastic piece of kit. It opens with a full zipper, splitting the bag in two with a deep main compartment on one side and a smaller secondary compartment with accessory pockets on the other side. It also has an external pocket on the outside with more accessory pockets for smaller items. And on the back, it has a generous padded laptop sleeve that can fit a 15-inch laptop as well as a tablet. But my favorite part of the backpack is the carrying system. The back is extremely well padded for long carries, and the padded shoulder straps and hip belts can easily be unclipped and tucked away when not in use. Now, you might have noticed that this pack is only 35 liters, and that is on the smaller side for carry-on style travel bags. But I really wanted to show you this pack because it has never failed me before. It's always been able to pack what I've needed it to, and the best part about it is it can show you how to truly maximize these small spaces. If you do like this Cotopaxi bag but are worried that 35 liters isn't enough for you, the good news is they have come out with a 42-liter version. Now, I bought mine before the 42-liter version came out, but I've once owned a 45-liter bag and I was never able to fill it no matter what trip I was on. So if I had to choose again, I'd still go with the 35-liter. The next thing I wanted to explain is the trip. Now, I'm not actually packing for a destination because I'm not currently going anywhere, but the theoretical trip is to somewhere in a more temperate climate for the duration of about a week to a couple weeks or even several months if need be. Think places like Scotland or the Pacific Northwest or Central Europe like Germany and France, or even places like Japan or Korea. The reason I'm packing for this climate is, first of all, that's typically when I like to travel. I like to travel in the off seasons, either fall or spring, because the weather is cooler, there aren't as many tourists, and all of the summer seasonal pricing has gone down, so it's just a little bit easier to travel and less expensive to travel. I also chose this climate because it's a better representation for long-term travel. If I was packing for summer or for a warm weather climate, I'd be able to take a lot more clothing options than I would with a more temperate climate. On the other hand, winter clothes really aren't that much different from spring or fall in terms of thickness and in layering, and typically you're going to be bringing your heaviest items like your coats and your boots on the plane with you instead of packing them in your luggage. So it's really easy to see how this list can translate to winter clothes or to summer clothes depending on what you add or subtract. But now that we've gone over those things, I'll actually show you how to start packing. Clothes are probably the hardest thing to figure out, so let's start there. What you really need to keep in mind is packing in outfits. If you've ever heard the term capsule wardrobe, this is where you want to apply it. Essentially, it means that you have a small wardrobe of essential items in generally neutral and complementary colors that all work together no matter what combination you wear them in. By having items that complement each other, you won't ever feel like you brought something that didn't work and thus regretted packing it. Once you have all your outfits picked out, it's time to start paring down. I do this by establishing pieces in groups of threes, pairs, or as solo items. For groups of three, I always include items that touch your skin directly or your underlayers, like socks, underwear, and shirts or tank tops. This would also include bras, though I'm told by my girlfriend you can also make do with two, a sports bra and a regular one. In the groups of three, I also include tops, like sweaters, button-ups, pullovers, hoodies, and quarter zips, the kind of things you'll primarily be seen in. Next is the pairs. Starting from the bottom up, I only pack 2 pairs of shoes. You really don't need more than that, and honestly, you might be able to get away with 1 pair. I like to bring a pair that is more of a street shoe, and the other being a pair of boots. For more adventurous trips, one of these pairs would be something I could hike in. Next, we have 2 pairs of pants, one denim and the other something dressier like chinos or trousers. The last of the pairs are accessories. I might bring 2 hats, like a ball cap and beanie, depending on the weather. I might also bring 2 scarves, or a scarf and a buff, and potentially 2 pairs of sunglasses or 2 belts. I can justify pairs of accessories for 2 reasons. The first is, if I lose one, which is often the case with small items, I have a replacement. The second is, if you like to take selfies when you travel and a lot of your photos are outside, by switching out your accessories, it won't seem like you're wearing the same thing every day. This is especially true when you're wearing the same jacket. And lastly, they take up very little space, so they're really not hard to pack. The last batch are the solo items. This might include shower sandals or house shoes if you find them necessary. It would also include athletic bottoms, something you might wear on the plane or as pajamas, or wear when relaxing at your accommodation or taking a hike. Think items like gym shorts, sweatpants, or yoga pants or leggings. Another solo item might be a bathing suit, should you need one, and I'm told that in a pinch you could use a bikini top as a third bra. Or, on the other end of the spectrum, a pair of gloves if you're worried it might get cold. And the last solo item is your outerwear. I think it goes without saying, but you don't need multiple jackets. However, this is a rule I often bend, as I typically wear a combination of a synthetic jacket and a rain jacket. But the rain jacket I have is light enough to pack away into a small package, so I have no trouble packing it, and I much prefer it to an umbrella. That should be most of your clothing items, and once you have all those laid out, you can now remove one of everything that you're going to be wearing on the plane. From socks and underwear to shirts and tops, if you're wearing it on the plane, there's no need to pack it. For this, I also suggest wearing your heavier pair of shoes, leaving the lighter pair to pack, and either carrying or wearing your jacket so you don't have to pack that as well. This will leave you with roughly 2/3 of your clothes to actually be packed. Now we need to consider the non-clothing items. First is obviously your toiletries. I can pack mine into this little 3-liter kit called the Black Hole Cube from Patagonia. I won't show you how I pack this today, but I'll make a video on how I condense my toiletries and sometimes my girlfriend's toiletries into this single bag. After that, we look at electronics. For this, I have my laptop, my tablet, and my phone. Now, I don't suggest bringing a tablet and a computer. I think either one or the other will do. If you need to do work or a lot of typing, then a computer is the better option. But if you're just casually browsing or maybe video streaming, you can get away with just the tablet. For this video though, I'll be packing both. And of course, you'll also need to include any cords and chargers. Now, I don't have any cameras, GoPros, or drones, so unfortunately I can't include them in this packing list, but I do have an external charger when I'm out and about. The last electronic I would suggest is a plug adapter. This specific one from Lewis & Clark has global adapters for every country, but what I really like about it is it has 1 plug input and 2 USB charging ports, so I can charge 3 items at a time from this 1 plug. The last items to pack are the miscellaneous items and things you'll be carrying in a day pack. This is individual for everyone, but this is what I typically include. A journal and pen for writing on the road, travel tissue, ibuprofen or allergy medication for whatever comes my way. Some of you might want to include Dramamine. Hand sanitizer, travel utensils, a collapsible tote bag, reusable water bottle, a sleep mask for the plane or potentially my accommodations, earplugs, again to help me sleep, my watch, the keys to my house, my wallet, my passport and or boarding pass, and of course the day pack. For this trip, I'll be taking this lightweight packable sling. If you want me to make a video about day packs, just make a comment below. Now that we have everything assembled, it's time to pack. And my biggest piece of advice for long-term travel packing is investing in packing cubes. These are fantastic for helping to organize the clothes inside your luggage. They come in tons of different shapes, sizes, and materials, so you can really make it specific to your needs. I only have a couple, a bigger one for my shirts and pants and things like that, the smaller one for underwear, socks, and accessories, and one for my shoes so they don't get the other items in my luggage dirty. You'll want to start with your biggest items, including pants, tops, sweaters, and sweatpants or athletic bottoms, and put these into your medium or large sized cube. You can always fold and stack them, but I find that folding and rolling them make them pack tighter, and it's easier to see what items are in which cube. The next smaller cube will be for your socks, underwear, and accessories you won't be wearing on the plane. I am, however, going to set aside a hat to pack later, and I'll explain why in a bit. Next, I'll pack my shoes into their cube, but you can also use a plastic bag. I know we all have millions of them accumulated somewhere in our home, so if ever there was a time to use one, it would be now. The reason I like using packing cubes is because they actually compact and compress everything that you're taking with you, which gives you more space in your luggage. They also make it a lot easier to pack your items because instead of packing 20 individual items all at once, you're only packing 3 or 4 cubes, which makes your packing much more like a game of Tetris than a massive jigsaw puzzle. The other great thing about packing cubes is they keep everything in place. If you carry your luggage loosely in your bag and wheel it or carry it upright, all of that stuff is going to shift to the bottom. But if you have it in packing cubes, you can kind of stack them on top of each other, which means that when you get back to your hotel or to your destination or wherever and open your bag, everything will be in its place and nothing will have moved around. So now we put the whole thing together. I start in the main compartment with my shoes at the bottom of the bag, the medium-sized packing cube in the middle, then either my toiletries or the small cube of underwear and socks at the top. If you've packed your liquid items, separate them out now and I'll show you where to pack those later. On the opposite side, we'll pack our last packing cube: rain jacket, day pack, collapsible tote, water bottle, and plug adapter. In the smaller accessory pockets, I'll pack all my cords and mobile charger, and that takes care of the inside of the bag. In the outside accessories compartment, I'll pack my remaining miscellaneous items like my notebook and pen, travel tissues, medication, hand sanitizer, eating utensils, sleep mask and earplugs, keys, and passport or boarding pass. This is also where I'll pack my liquid toiletries for easy access, as well as my beanie for a quick grab in case it's cold when I get to my destination. Lastly, I'll pack my laptop and tablet in their designated sleeves and seal them up. And there you have it. Everything packed away, minus the clothes I'm wearing and the items I'm carrying on my person, like my phone and wallet. Now keep in mind that everything I'm taking is good for cooler climate travel. I also tried to pack items I would feel comfortable wearing for most occasions, from nicer dinners to hikes and off-road adventures. And my last piece of advice is, if you are truly struggling to pare down your clothing options, take a week, maybe even 2 weeks to figure it out. At the top of the week, lay down all the things that you want to take. Every shirt, every top, every sock, every accessory, and every day, pick one of each item to take out of the pile. Try to find the items that just don't fit with what you're taking, whether they don't fit with your wardrobe or they won't add to your travel experience. Just pull them out. This way, instead of doing everything at once, you're taking it step by step over the course of a week. Keep in mind that I packed everything into a 35-liter bag, so if you're taking a 40, 45, or even 50-liter bag, then you'll be able to take more than what I was showing you. Or you'll have more room to bring things back with you, like souvenirs or other trinkets. Well, that is it from me today. I know it was a long ride, but I hope this video helped you figure out the best way to pack for single bag travel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you found this content useful, please consider subscribing. I want to thank you once again, and I wish you all the best on your next adventure.